to order. It's 9:06. We're gonna do an invocation. Chair, you wanna give an invocation?
Everybody, Father, we thank you for this day and thank you for waking us up being out doing our strength. Thank you for allowing us to see this bright and sunshiny day and be able to conduct the business of the Adams County Board of Supervisors on behalf of the citizens here in the Adams County, Lord God. Pray that our hearts and minds be open, Lord God, our mind, our eyes and ears, and hearts be receptive of what we're about to receive on the day, and that we just conduct everything we need to do here in a professional manner and represent you well as we represent the citizens of Adams County. And we'll continue to give your name all the glory, honor, and praise, Lord God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We got Brad, you wanna give us a start pledge?
Hand right, pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda,
Present.
Supervisor Gray,
Present.
Supervisor Wilson,
Here.
Supervisor Gaines, not here. Supervisor Middleton,
present.
Paige Jean,
Present.
we have the Chancery Clerk, Randa Lewis. Is she gonna be online or anything? Okay.
I think with her
Okay,
and Mitzi
Attorney
are
Scott.
sick. I'm present.
Okay, and Miss Missy Khan. And I'm here. Okay, the next on the docket is, on the agenda is approval of the docket. Can I get a motion? A motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
Yes, Madam President, 1443. I want to make sure that this week,
That is the one we were talking about
this is
earlier there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the pay order now, so if you want to defer on that
You want
one,
to defer
and I'll
to-
shoot that to you.
Okay. Wait for the whole docket. Okay, the next we have special presentation, if any. Any special presentations?
My name is Joanne Stafford
Go to
Jackson.
the mic.
How you doing? My name is Joanne Stafford Jackson, and I live in a rural community forever. And I have a problem with the Brownwood Utility Water Company. Amanda Lewis was working there, which I moved back in my mother's house, 2019. I paid the deposit to get my water turned on. About 2020, I noticed repeated improper billing. So I went to report to Ms. Leola Harris. I couldn't ever get her. I discovered she was intentionally avoiding me. So after I made the reports, I continued to pay my water bill. September the 29th of 2021, Brownwood Utility, digs everywhere, but they dug directly in the front of 16 King Circle and forced a busted pipe. So I reported it to Ms. Lewis for the report to the board. When I went back, Ms. Lewis told me that was not their problem. It was my problem, regardless of them digging, because the pipe was bust inside the home. I later attended a meeting at the Brownwood Utility Water Company and have been deprived of water allegedly by Mr. Jim Moody, involvement of Stephanie Sago, her dad, Monroe Sago. After attending meetings, they continuously denied water, claiming they was under low pressure and a moratorium. December the 13th, I don't owe a bill, didn't owe a bill. They came and put a lock on my water box. So I went that evening to see why was the lock put there. I'm believing the lock was put there because I reported Amanda Lewis. Once the lock was there, I still stayed there, had to, get water from the neighbors. By me being older, I couldn't afford to keep packing and buying water. So I still be at the house every day. I went to a meeting November 2025. Miss Kathy Graves had called the meeting. about the unacceptable conditions of the Bromo water, the repeated, without the prior notice water shut-offs. I again asked Mr. Sago and Mr. Norman about the lock being put on my box. Mr. Norman made the statement because I guess he was referring to me stealing water, which I don't have that to do when I pay a water bill. So I wrote Public Service Commission, Brent Bella. Brent Bella contacted Bournemouth Subdivision, and they reported to attorney Aisha Sanders. She done sent a letter, everything false. I don't live at 16 King Circle. In other words, I'm not supposed to be there. Mr. Sago done put through the neighborhood that the house is abandoned, which Mississippi Light Company can support. It's not abandoned. I'm just forced not staying there because I don't have water. So each time when I ask for water, Mr. Jim Moody now then got involved. He works for the Mississippi Public Service Commission. When I contact their office, the office person told me it was against the law. They did not authorize a lock to be put on my meter. Mr. Moody evidently got outside the office and called me on the cell phone and told me because of Bromo Utility being under a moratorium and the water pressure is low, maybe I should consider getting a small well dug by an independent small firm. So I'm thinking maybe he was referring to Stephanie Sago. But Attorney Sanders hindered the public service investigation by submitting falsified information. So once I discovered that, I contacted Mr. Moody. So he agreed with Broadmoor subdivision about the moratorium, but the Mississippi law clearly states a long-standing existing consumer cannot be punished by deprived of water by a public or community water company. And that is my case right here.
So what are you asking us to
I'm
do?
trying to ask for intervention with the Broadmoor Utility Water Company to have water because I'm being told now it's a false thing about the low water pressure and a lock placed on my box unlawfully. I'm locked out because I reported Amanda Lewis. It's not because of the low water pressure moratorium. Now that I went to Broadmoor Utility months ago and let them know if it didn't get better, I was gonna come here. Now that they know that Mr. Sago going through the neighborhood, the people that they've been violating, knocking on doors to turn their water on. He just went last night. My brother John Thompson is one of the people, he just been awarded a new mobile home. It's been in place for a year and denied water, trying to retaliate against me and holding his property, which is the 16 King Circle property. You know, they trying to, I guess, get rid of us off the water system. That's the only way I see it and can say it. Because to me, other things that they're doing is unlawful.
Ms. Jackson,
Yeah.
do you have a lot of people that are, having the same problem you are?
Let me tell you, according to what I'm hearing, I was told by Broadmoor Water Company, once you get your water disconnected, but my water wasn't disconnected. They cannot hook up new or existing customers, no matter how long you've been in the neighborhood.
Scott, do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about, I don't know anything what they're talking about.
I know there was an article in the paper about 3 weeks ago.
And let me tell you, that article, let me tell you about that article. I was at the meeting the night November. I was at the November meeting when Broadmoor Utility was told they announced, where they don't announce meetings. You have to hear about it from the people that they let know. They don't, they didn't have an archive, they didn't give notice of meetings, no minutes, no nothing. Miss Kathy Graves was there and gave them that information where they should have it, and Mr. Sago offered her to come inside their utility company to help them to set it up. I don't know if she did or not, But I know December, they sent out, which I got a copy of what they sent out too, stating that they give notice, that's the first one that they done in possibly a decade.
Supervisor Gray, I know that's in your area, down in there somewhere. Do you know anything about this?
Well, excuse my voice, let me say this. I was elected in 2016, and Supervisor Butler was the supervisor. I had one part of Bramo, he had the other part of Bramo. And I like to be involved in the area that I represent. So we went to a Bramo utility meeting, and they pretty much told us that it was a private meeting, and they didn't want the supervisors to be out there. So when I did my little research and I called whoever I had to call, they say Bramo is a private utility. They
That
private.
is correct.
Yeah.
And what I've been telling people out there is the people that live in Bramo own the utility. The commission or whatever, or whoever they're elected to run it, they don't own it. The citizens own it. So I've been telling people for years, if you want something done, then the citizens need to get together and get a petition. And if y'all tired of Bramo utilities, then you can go in a different direction. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How long you been without water?
5 years.
Well, why you just coming here now?
Let me tell you why. Everybody I done ever went to, I noticed I've been retaliated against by every authority.
Well, wait. I'm gonna let you finish. Let the record reflect, you ain't never came to me.
No, I never come here.
Okay.
I never came here because I was trying to, let me tell you what they did, why it took so long. I was participating with them actually thinking they was under a moratorium. The moratorium that they claimed had to been false. This is my opinion. 2024 was a class action lawsuit for the help with the Broward utility infrastructure project. The lawsuit was received by Ms. Leola Harris. Ms. Leola Harris and the board members and Ms. Aisha Sanders took the decision upon themselves to keep the funds and alleged it was put back into the infrastructure system. If the funds, in my opinion, was put back into the infrastructure system, I wouldn't have been off my water for 5 years. So that's a lie within itself. Mr. Jim Moody, which I did contact their office, they've been misleading me that the health department, Adams County Health Department had them under the moratorium. I've been running back and forth from there to Broadmoor. Finally, Adams County Health Department told me they have no involvement with no moratorium or a lock being put on my box. So I goes back and tell Rose this, she's dumbfounded. Well, it's
Who
the
is
Mrs. Rose
You wanna
Harris,
work at the office?
the new
Okay.
office manager at Broadmoor. She knows she been misleading me, but she did tell me, Joanne, I'm only doing what they told me. I told her, I understand that, but they are not functioning by law. Even Mr. Bill Moody, I went to the meeting because in April, I had already informed Mississippi Department of Health on what was going on.
Yeah.
They told me then they had no involvement with the lock placed on my box or me being deprived of water. But every time when I go back to Broadmoor Utility, it's the same story. So come to find out, when I reported to public service, Broadmoor Utility contact Miss Aisha Sanders, which is their lawyer. She done got my record, falsified the information, forwarded it to Public Service Commission Brent Bella. Brent Bella sent me what she had. None of it is true. But my water's still out because of it. So I wrote Miss Sanders a formal letter to correct all the falsified information she put on paper. I hadn't heard from her. So Miss Stephanie Sago got involved by Miss by the attorney Aisha Sanders. She reported me to Stephanie Sago. I got it on my phone. And she also carbon copied Public Service Commission Brent Bella to let him know she turned me in to Stephanie Sago. So I emailed Stephanie Sago to see what involvement she had with Attorney Sanders reporting me to her for trying to get my water turned on. Miss Stephanie Sago wrote me back, responded, I do not own 16 King Circle. So, with that being said, that's letting me know I'm not off of the water because of the moratorium. It's more me being cut off by retaliation with Mr. Monroe Sago, the involvement of his daughter Stephanie Sago, that's alleged to be a secret member on the board, in which I believe she is.
Let me say this. I have talked to some people that work out there, and I don't know how true this is, but they, I think, got some funds to repair the water tower, and I know they got funds because they got like $500,000 from the state, and that's when Ms. Harris was on board. They got this money through Representative Robert Johnson. I know about that for myself. But what I'm saying is this. I was told that a water tower can only hold so many entities on that tower,
Yes.
right? And what I was told was, it's been a while back, and if somebody is not on that tower, then until they can get another tower or something bigger, they wasn't able to add no more people to that tower. Do that make sense, Robert?
Yes, and no to me.
That's what I was told. If you wasn't already on there, then it can only hold so many people.
Let me ask a question.
I don't know nothing about
Right, but
I'm
I'm
just telling you what I was told.
y'all. Let me tell you what they told me at the meeting. When I asked Mr. Sago about the funds that Ms. Leola Harris received from the PFAS lawsuit class action settlement, Mr. Sago and Mr. Norman told me inside the grill, the lady that they hired stole the grant money and that money. Unbelievable. Because she was already prosecuted before they hired her by Shad White office. That was their risk to hire her. But they told me, because of her giving me falsified receipts, that is not on Bromo Utility. That's between me and her.
Who are you saying is the public service commissioner you've been talking to?
Brent Baylor.
Is he still, he's not a public service commissioner, he works for them?
I think he works for.
William Carr is the public service commissioner.
Right, but I guess Brent Baylor he the person that I reported
Oh,
to.
okay.
I sent the email, and I got an email from Miss Stephanie Sago saying she work with traffic signs, road projects. But it's other information attaching her to Bromo Utility Water Company that they're hiring. And Mr. Bill Moody is involved too. Because by him working for the Mississippi Department of Health, I thought his job was to protect consumers, but he's protecting Bromo.
I want to ask you.
Yes.
Scott,
Yes, sir.
by Bramo being a private association, and I know that everybody deserves water, what role can the Board of Supervisors play into doing whatever we can do to help this young lady get water? What role can we play?
I mean, that's not within our jurisdiction under water, as you know, we ran into the same trouble with that other company coming in and us fighting real hard for them as much as we could, and the Public Service Commission, they regulate water, not the Board of Supervisors. So it's really just, we weren't given that authority to regulate that.
So the reason I asked him that, because he's our attorney, and somebody told you to come here. it works good because now all this is out in the open.
And that's what I
And
want.
somebody gotta be held accountable to make
Yes.
sure you get some water. But from what our attorney says, it's not the board of supervisors.
Wait, excuse me. What, this board of supervisors is a Broadmoor?
We don't have no affiliation with the Broadmoor commissioners. The people in Broadmoor select those people,
Okay,
not the board of supervisors.
all right.
So, me personally think by you bringing this to us, putting it all out there,
And I got documents to support everything that
and
I
what I'm
have said.
saying, for 5 years, you haven't had no water, right?
Exactly. And
So now that you
forced
brought
me
it to
not
us,
stay in the house.
now that you brought it to us, it's gonna hit the newspaper, then somebody got to come up with a solution to
Well,
try
let
to
me
get
tell
you
you,
some water.
When it hit the newspaper, let it hit to this effect. Mr. Sago, Mr. Norman, Ms. Leola Harris, the whole Broadmoor Utility Water Company Board of Directors are misleading me, other customers, of the same thing. According to the Mississippi law about public water, no consumer in a community or public water facility should be deprived of water because of a low water pressure in moratorium. That house have been served with water since 1972, uninterrupted, until Mr. Sago and his daughter got involved. Each one of them, including Miss Aisha Sanders, then wrote on paper to the effect, Joanne don't belong at 16 King Circle, Joanne done abandoned 16 King Circle, and the reason Joanne can't just live consistently is because of them tampering with my water to force me out. Okay?
Ms. Jackson, if you'll, leave your number with the, secretary,
This-
so I can get it.
Yes,
I'm gonna contact William Carr with the Public Service Commissioner.
okay.
He'll look into it, because once you report something to one of those people on the commission,
I
they
think-
will do something about it.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think
look into
Mr.
it.
Baylor mentioned that name, but once I reported, Aisha Sanders and Mississippi State Department of Health went behind me, cut the investigation. And they lied.
Well, Ms. Jackson, you have proof of you've been living there for years. I know you've been living there for years. I come from Baltimore,
Yes.
and I've been knowing you all my life, living out there. So I know that you've been there, and I didn't know this was going on or
Yeah,
anything, but
it's been going on for the longest. And each time I go to them now, it's other people out there too that try, that done got involved. I'm the only one that got a lock on the water meter. I'm the only one that's being told still under moratorium after 5 years. As of last night, 2 weeks ago, I went to Rose at the grill and informed her I was coming here. I told her to tell Sago, anybody that's involved with water, Broadmoor Utility Water Company, that I was coming, they was welcome to come. Mr. Sago started last night. He trying to get in touch with my brother now, John, that had been deprived of water, to immediately turn his water on. When I was at the meeting, Miss Brenda Haynes on the board, she heard what I reported. She suggested, y'all need to turn Joanne's water back on, stop doing what y'all doing, and not charge her a deposit. I'm not willing to pay a deposit when my water wasn't shut off. Mr. Sago, Mr. Bill Moody, and Stephanie Sago ordered my water to be
So
shut
let me
off.
ask you a question. I'm getting confused. So if you had a deposit, you trying to say they'll turn your water on?
No. See, what I'm saying is this. I did not even owe a bill. I had just paid. I got receipts.
So what was the reason they turned your water off?
Because they're under a moratorium and no water pressure.
Well, why didn't they turn everybody else water off?
That's my question. I know people whose water that done been turned off repeatedly. They go right back, they get it on. But I'm the one that's being told, once your water disconnected, because of the moratorium, we cannot reconnect.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach out to, who in charge out there?
Let me tell you,
Mr.
Mr.
President, I don't wanna talk to nobody.
Okay, the president is Zoe James.
I know him, I know him from the water work. I'm gonna reach out
And
to
he is the
Mr.
one
Norman.
adamant
Not
not to turn the water off.
I'm gonna reach out to him and, cause, you know, when you're dealing with stuff like this, it's two sides to every story.
And it's fraud
So-
on their behalf, I can
So
guarantee.
we getting your side, let me talk to him and
And
get
get his
their side, and then, get the secretary your number, and I'll get back with you and I'll find out what's the time.
Okay,
Okay? So you just give the secretary your number and he'll get with you. on
and I
this.
thank y'all very much.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Furr,
Good morning.
good morning.
Joey Furr, 635 Main Street, Baton Rouge, landscape architect, working on the Chester Willis project. If you recall last meeting, you guys approved the bid for Phoenix Construction for the construction of the restroom building. Today I have received from Phoenix Construction their certificates of insurance as well as their bonds. Miles Buchanan is here this morning. He's the owner of the construction company. I would like to present for your approval a contract for construction, which is for the amount of $243,000, which was the bid that you approved a couple weeks ago for the project. And if you are inclined to approve the contract, we'll get these signed. We'll give him a notice to proceed today, and then we will go over and have a pre-construction meeting at the site so he can get started working on this restroom building. The standard contract is a contract that was listed as part of the specifications. It's tied to the general conditions and the overall documents, and I do have his bonds and insurance certificates, which are required before we do it.
Mr. Furr, Mr. President, excuse my voice again, but my concerns are the same. And I don't have a problem with approving to get started, but my problem is I don't wanna get started, finish this, and as far as we go. We still left, we're trying to get everything else hooked up.
Sure.
You would be long gone.
No, I'll be around.
Nah, I'm being honest, you gonna be long gone and the Allen County Board of Supervisors gonna get left with this problem.
Not gonna leave you, not gonna leave you, we got more to do. But, it's my understanding that, the sewer, lift station force main, you've got 2 bids for that, and I think you guys have to, engage that contractor to do the work. There can be coordination of where our sewer comes out and will connect to that sewage, the lift station that they're planning to put in, the third-party contractor is. I don't know if that's been approved or what the status of it is, but the building is gonna take longer to put in than that particular project is, because we've got, process, we've got, there's equipment that needs to be ordered, particularly electrical equipment we need to get ordered so we can get building the building.
Okay. Robbie, you did get the 2 bids for the lift station? She has them. Do anyone have them here today?
She's off.
Because we amended the budget to get an amount, 25,000.
Yeah, 25 not to exceed.
We have 2 bids. One of them's like 23,000.
Something, 29 something.
So I think we could have gone ahead and ordered it once. We didn't have to get board approval because it was just a,
It was already approved,
Like,
not
yeah.
to exceed. Yeah.
so if she has not done that, then I'll tell her she's got to issue a PO on it.
As soon as you determine who that contractor is, we can, get their information to me so we can,
Robbie has.
Robbie can get us together and we'll get with the contract. And make sure that we've got it all.
And see y'all again, have a good
You
one.
heard the request, can we get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton,
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
So the motion is to do what? Approve this
His contract, yes.
and without The other part.
Well, it's already been approved.
It's already been for those, the lift stations.
We had a motion to approve not more than 25,000. One bid under that, one bid over that, so pretty much no
And this is
bid.
what we both of the bids.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
And Ricky, we did it that way just because you were talking about, we wanted to get that sewer line moved well ahead of this. I'm gonna text you right now.
And with that, I will go ahead and have these consigned. I'll leave these for you, Ms. Hutchins, consigned, and I'll pick them up after the meeting. I'm also going to provide a notice to proceed dated today, and we're gonna go to the site and have a little pre-construction meeting. Johnny's gonna meet us over there so we can get coordinated. And I'm gonna put the, is Lynette here?
Right here.
Oh, right there you are. I'll put the sign up, on the fence.
I'm going in with you.
Okay, good, great.
I do have a question, if I may. The sewer work must be completed before construction starts?
See, that's what I'm thinking. Should we do the sewage work before the construction?
I'm just asking.
No,
Or
there
no, we
wouldn't
got
be
to
a need
have
for
the
that.
other before we hook up sewage. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, who gonna be from this board making sure that everything going like it's supposed to go?
It's supposed to be, I think we designated Ronnie and Johnny last meeting that they, you know, oversee this.
Okay.
Johnny is gonna meet me out there today, so we can start talking about it.
Okay. Lynette, you have anything else that pertaining to this?
No,
Or you
ma'am.
have something else that you?
I do have something else, but not pertaining to this.
Okay.
You wanna go ahead and get her out?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go next. Oh,
Yeah, we did.
I did.
voted?
I
Yeah,
did,
we
yeah.
Yeah, you voted nay. Nobody heard you.
Yeah, I heard it.
But yeah, that's.
Are y'all sleeping over there? Okay, Lynette, you go next.
Good morning. Lynette Smith, Southwest Planning. I just wanted to announce that, Mississippi Department of Archives and History has announced some grant funds for their land and water conservation, grant program. Applications are accepted and open. The closing date is May 21st. This program provides 50% federal share, 50% non-federal local share matching. It is a reimbursable grant for the development of public outdoor recreation areas and facilities. Applications are being accepted for two types of projects. Number one, combination project, which involves acquisition of property and recreational development of the same property. And two, development project for recreational development of existing public property. The minimum grant amount award would be $25,000 and the maximum grant award is $250,000. Application submitted would be for award in August of 2027. If the county is interested in applying for these funds, I do have a resolution for board approval. Supervisor Gray did mention he was interested in providing a roof structure for the pool area. I've been in contact with Mr. Terry McDeal with Wildlife Fisheries and Parks, and he had several questions, and I did email those questions to Supervisor Gray along with Attorney Slover, so we can answer those questions to see if that particular project would be grant eligible. So please check your email.
Okay. Scott, did you get that?
Look and see.
That was Thursday.
But right now, we can go ahead and, make a motion for that resolution to, apply for that, you know, use of grant.
Okay.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gray, got a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion?
One discussion I have, those grants are, is the recreation grants?
Yes, sir.
So they can pay for the, like, playground equipment that got destroyed out there at Kingston, or is that, would that be something?
I would have to look and see if playground equipment is eligible. All right.
Yeah, it's an 80-20 match, is that right?
This is 50-50.
50-50 match? This is a different grant from the one I'm looking at.
That's different from the, trail grant.
And this is only for recreation? or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let me know about
Outdoor
that.
recreation
I
facilities.
think, the playground equipment will be, approve, you can be, available for that, because I remember I applied for that grant before for a.
Splash
board.
pad.
Yeah,
Well,
splash
it would be
pad,
better
and
for
we
them to
did
pay
get
for
approved for
it,
it.
half of it anyway.
Yeah, so that playground equipment would be.
Let me see, sports and play fields, picnic facilities, trails, swimming facilities, bowling, fishing, hunting, camping, community gardens. I see playground equipment.
Seems like it'd been on the first one you mentioned.
But I will contact them and get back, with you.
Thank you.
And we can only apply for one, so.
Oh, okay, well, if it's only one, you don't need to look then.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's all.
Okay, thank you. All right, next on the agenda, do we have any city government business? Oh, yeah, you wanna, you looked at that, you saw it? Huh?
Pass it around.
Okay, all right. Let's defer back to the docket. Can I get a motion to approve the docket? Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton,
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
Madam President, I just wanna say that in the near future, I will advise, excuse me, department heads and anybody else to follow the rules. Because it's gonna be a different 2026. I'm not deviating from the rules, period, to do what we've been doing. So if you follow the rules, then we won't have to get to this point. Thank you.
Okay, and the rules are here speaking about is purchasing. When we have any purchasing done, nobody should be able to go out and purchase anything without getting a PO, contacting the purchasing clerk to see if they need a PO or anything for it, because they do have to have a PO for any purchases that is made. So those are the rules, and we're making that from this day forward. If any purchases are made without a PO, you would be liable for paying for it. Do you want to make a motion for that,
So
Supervisor
moved.
Gray? We got a motion by Supervisor Gray, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Okay. Next on the agenda, we're gonna do the city government business. Any city government business? Don't have any? We're gonna come down to the departmental report. Let me get this approved first, just, affidavits for the 4-year road plan. Everybody have rolled their roads. And I put a copy of the 4-year road plan, paper to be signed. Everybody signed it? You should have one, about one of them too.
Might be on there.
Can I get a motion?
So,
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, the next thing, we're gonna have departmental reports. Let me get Johnny first, because he has some things he needs to go do.
Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing this morning?
First, just want to let the board know that, my intention to replace a former employee, but I need them to approve the pay rate.
And just, Johnny has here 2 employees. He got one that, I know he's replacing, Cindy, that, resigned. He's replacing Cindy with whom?
Greg Tillman, too.
Greg Tillman. The hourly rate is
Like
$16.
Correct.
Yeah, I got $16, and the annual salary is $33,280. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. All right, John, anything else?
Yes, I would like the board permission to hire another employee.
heard
Is that
the
within your
request?
budget?
Yeah. It's in your budget?
Yes,
You talked to Missy about it?
yes.
You heard the request?
Do you have somebody that you're hiring now, we've proven?
Is this a new
I would like
hire?
to get it approved, once you approve me to hire, yes.
So if you have that person, just authorize
Yes,
them to
sir.
hire.
Yeah. Yeah, and the person is Alva Chapman
Correct.
with a hourly rate of $15, annual salary of $33,200. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson,
Second.
second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion?
You say it's in the budget,
Yes.
Scott?
He said he talked with Missy.
I asked Johnny if it was in his budget, Johnny said it was.
Yeah,
And
I
he said
talked to, I talked to Ms.
she asked if Johnny did, so.
Yeah.
Could we just, put on the approved opinion
Pending.
as being in his budget?
Okay. You heard the motion from Supervisor Gray. Can I get a second?
That's an
Oh, you.
addition to what we
that's a-
already,
yeah, the
that's
minute.
fine.
Okay. A second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
That's all you have.
They being shy.
Wait on the meeting.
Good morning. Name Price, purchase clerk for Adams County Board of Supervisors. First, I would like to spread the December 2025 procurement credit card across the minutes for approval.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next.
Okay, secondly, I would like to finalize the debris removal bids that's due by February 1st. The last board meeting, I sent out all the documentation, supporting documentation for it, for everybody to review. We have to do it this meeting because it starts on February 1st.
Did you all review the documentation she emailed everyone? I think we asked her for a last board meeting, she did, send the email. You did? Did I have any problems with it? You heard the request, can I get a motion?
But we gotta make a decision.
Yeah.
Who was it?
We
Could
had
you call them
one
out again?
that was the lowest but not best bid, and then Brad spoke on it as well as, stating, you know, why he chose who he did, and we're supposed to be making a decision if we're gonna go with the lowest and not best, or go with someone else after evaluate. So we have to make a decision on who's going with.
Good job, good job.
Which one was Brad's
Request.
suggestion?
Because I emailed all of that.
Brad, who did you suggest?
SDR?
SDR.
SDR?
It's, I did the tabulation and everything on the email. You know,
Are you all okay with it?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
We'd never rather use them.
Scott, Wes, I know, did you look at it, cause I know you had some questions about it.
I did.
Okay, you okay with it?
SDR? Okay.
Okay, you gotta articulate why.
You wanna take that one?
Say one the lowest.
What was the reason why you would say being?
Yeah, the lowest isn't always the best, but you have to
Yes,
articulate
but
why they're the best.
Why you picked it, yeah.
Just
Yeah, the reason I chose SDR, because a lot of these companies, they do submit, but I went into detail, when was the last time they was in charge of a large scale operation for us, with the FEMA requirements and guidelines and stuff like that, so I kind of fine tuned it. And SDR had a bigger footprint, most recently dealing with most natural disasters on that, so that's why I chose that. They was in the top 3 percentile of, they wasn't the cheapest, but according to the reimbursement statutes, they were the best that I chose when I looked for as far as participation with communities. Also, what they get back in the reimbursement from the FEMA side of it. So that was my suggestion on that. They're all pretty good companies, but You know, we just have to find something that's set them apart, from that, so that was my recommendation to the board on that.
What were their reimbursements if they got back?
But they was like, they was mainly like North Carolina, they was out of Texas with the floods, so they had a bigger footprint, most recently, being a major company that's, had the local bids on that. And I think, they did, a county here in Mississippi also, spoke out of, I think Rankin County has them also. So those are some criteria that we got.
All right, I make a motion. that we-
I'm gonna,
Go ahead.
no, you started with.
I was gonna make a
He's making a
motion.
motion.
We go ahead with SBR.
And then what was the one that's the lowest is CTC,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they didn't have as much of a footprint, or what was the reason there?
I think I did, I ain't got my paperwork in front of me, but I looked at the most recent contracts, what they done, also, but yeah. And like I say, I think that's one, they was, I don't know, were they in my top five? I ain't got the email in front of me. Yeah, but they may have been in my top five, but like I said, according to the criteria, the other company, got more points value on that for the recent, number of, incidents that they had covered for their company.
I mean, so you got 825 as SDR, then you have Good Hope is 620, then you have Looks Great, which is 645, and then I think SDR is next at 825. So the minutes gotta reflect why they're,
3 bidders lower than that one, I'm just not gonna vote on it, I'm not gonna vote for them, so, that's what I said.
we just gotta articulate, it's okay, you just have to say,
I'm just telling you where I
Yeah.
stand.
did, Good Hope not have as many FEMA contracts? Did, DRC not have as many trucks or whatever? You just have to articulate why you're picking one that's not cheap.
So,
And
as
sure-
our attorney, you good with that?
Yeah, I mean, I wanna know why.
No, I'm gonna ask you again.
Not yet, I wanna know why.
Well, if you not good with it,
Don't make us sit there and vote for something that you're not good with.
hey man,
I don't have that.
When,
Who's the
do
second?
you have to,
Who's
do you
the-
have
Yeah.
to
February
have
first is the beginning of the contract.
February the first?
I think Brad wrote that.
What was wrong with the second lowest? The one that's near here, Good Hope.
Looks great?
Good Hope.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll read, it was Good Hope was number 2.
What's the experience? No, Good Hope's number 2,
That's what I said.
Looks great, 645.
I'm gonna say this again, Mr. Attorney.
I'll print them out.
It's your responsibility to make sure that this board doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm holding you accountable.
That's why I said I needed more information
That's what we
to
gonna do.
articulate why.
That's what I'm gonna do. I can't speak for nobody else.
You don't want to defer this and maybe have to have a call meeting?
No, I'm not praying to.
I guess I'd rather use local contractors than
That's what you wanna do?
Change your mind.
At the end of the day, I don't mean was right.
apparently had some qualms about, the lowest bid, the second lowest bid is Good Hope. I'll motion that we go with Good Hope, the local.
Second.
Got a motion by
I
Supervisor
mean, I
Wilson.
wouldn't, now you gotta
I'm gonna do the
articulate
same
why
thing.
CTC
I ain't gonna do that.
is not as good as.
I think he explained that pretty well last time. Do you wanna
You can vote
say
for
that
it.
again, on the lowest bid?
When you're dealing with bids, when you're talking with grid management, people will bid the lowest bid to try to get it. But you also have to look at, we ran into this problem when we had the first ice storm. Company came in and gave us a low bid, and we ended up losing a lot of money. We have to be present when we looking at these, because if I'm a company throw out a low bid, and I've never had any FEMA experience of getting money back, and we run into a problem, when we talk about reimbursements, because we didn't do our research. I'm not saying these companies are not good because of low bid. I understand that. I know everybody wants the lowest bid. But when everybody putting bids in, they do this repetition, they know what numbers to put in, but I also look at what you have done lately. And things at FEMA are changing, guidelines are changing. And you have to be up to date on that. If you're not up to date on that, when we get these companies in here and they start doing this, and Robert can tell you, when they start doing it for 3 months, they start doing this stuff, that paper got to be spot on. Because anything that FEMA flags is a hold on our money getting reimbursed back. And we end up putting the bill on it. So that's why when I only recommend, we're not signing a contract with you. We're only picking these companies just to say, hey, you in the shoot. If we need you, we need you. And have that footprint in it. I understand people love local people, but if we get a natural disaster and the tornado tear their equipment up, we still do the same thing, got no idea that. So I'm not saying, the choice is y'all as emergency management professionals. I'm giving you the best guidelines, the best information that I have presented to me to give you all to make a wise decision. So that's only what I'm going to do. So.
Hey, Madam Attorney, Madam President, let me say this. I don't have a problem with what you're saying. My only concern is, I don't want nothing to come back to bite me. And that's the reason I'm asking this man here that's supposed to protect this board. Now, if he got a problem with it, then I'm not voting for it. I'm not saying you wrong because this is your expertise and I know you know what you're talking about, but at this point, I'm looking out for me.
Yeah, and I totally understand where you're coming from, Brad, because we've had these FEMA requests and it didn't work out and we ended up eating a lot of costs. I understand that.
I understand that too.
And the statute, so I'm totally, what you're doing makes perfect sense. That's why the law allows us to do it. But it does say, if any governing authority accepts a bid other than the lowest bid actually submitted, it shall place on its minutes detailed calculations and a narrative summary showing that the accepted bid was determined to be the lowest and best bid, including the dollar amount of the accepted bid and the dollar amount of the lowest bid. And so you've got to detail why you're doing that. Why is SDR better than the other two that are ahead of it, or other three that are ahead of it? And that's, without doing that, then the minutes aren't correct, and so audit comes back. And I also understand, Brad, that we're not doing a contract. This is just for federal reimbursement. If they come along, we're able to use them and get reimbursed by FEMA without having to put it out for bid. So it's it's a quick way of doing it. So this isn't binding on us. We can choose never to use any of these companies. I'm just trying to get the minutes to show what they need to show so that it's okay.
Right, and that's why I explained that companies that have done something recently, like been through a disaster, have got FEMA award, got reimbursement to back to counties and stuff. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, I'm like, a company can be doing this for 20 years, but if they never had the experience of getting a disaster, it must have been. That's what I'm saying. They all great companies. I love all of them, but I had to find something to try to differentiate, even though their cost is low. Yeah, but when was the last time you was over a major disaster? Any event we have over here?
So did CTC not provide us with a recent disaster that they're around?
Yeah, I think they had it's in there. I had what recently numbers I did, some had 200.
That's what I'm trying to find.
I do know that Good Hope is still working in North Carolina and Kentucky, rebuilding all those roads and stuff with FEMA. They got one out in the hurricane.
Right, but I'm saying a lot of those companies be subcontractors. That means, you have an individual that wins the actual contract and everybody is a subcontractor under them. So then they be reimbursed because they're not responsible for the actual, overall bid, through the county.
Well, I just figure if they're still working almost 2 years after that hurricane went through there, they must be getting their money.
Well, look, my job is to bring to the book.
No, I'm just saying, I think we could be working a year and a half or so later if they weren't getting paid by FEMA.
What I'm saying, I didn't say they wouldn't get paid by FEMA. you got to ask the question, are they the primary contractor or they're subcontractor to another company, because that's what they do. If I get the bid, normally if I got a company that does the same thing, that's closer, I will subcontract to them, they go and do it, but they're not, they don't have the initial contract, that's what I'm asking. That's why I'm stating how it works.
For what you want, I'm trying to get the legal man over there to feel comfortable doing what you want. If you don't feel comfortable, I ain't gonna feel comfortable.
No, I'm saying, yeah, like I said, ain't no contract signed, we can just, like I said, whoever y'all choose, we still gonna work with it. It's not a, yeah. It's
Or
not
not,
a,
we might just use somebody else, no matter what anyway, we're not bound by any of this.
right.
Well, can we defer that now?
Yeah.
With her, let's move on. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. I would like to ask permission to advertise for 6-month rolling department supplies.
You heard the request?
Hold on,
Well,
man.
what do we do
Hold on.
with this?
There was a motion on the floor, so we need
Yeah,
to.
that's right. We
A
deferred
motion
it.
with a second.
We deferred it,
Withdraw this
So-
motion?
yeah.
I didn't do that, but, where's Scott? I thought we had to have it by the first,
Have to do what?
have it by February the first.
We do, but we deferred it for right now to Scott talk with Brad.
Okay.
So you just,
Well, let's see if the talk's over.
are you finished? Are you finished?
No, I told him you
No,
wanted to ask.
no, I was asking, are you finished with Brad?
We finished with, I was
Okay.
sharing with Brad what I needed.
Okay, he just wanted to know,
There was a motion on
Can
there
we
was a
defer it
motion
so
on
he
the
can give us
floor.
more information, so our,
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
motion.
Okay, I'll withdraw the motion.
Okay.
the sheet that I had, he sees what I'm showing, so.
So you are finished.
Okay.
The
No,
motion been withdrawn,
okay.
okay.
And I'll
We're
make the
gonna go
motion
ahead.
to, I'll make the motion to accept the, 6-month bid, advertise for a 6-month
He's
bid
making a
for
motion to
the
accept the
county.
bid.
Second.
this first.
Wait a minute, hold on. Just got to withdraw this motion. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Anything
Okay, the
else?
last thing I have, the sheriff department was replacing their drone. I have two quotes, the two quotes were exactly the same price. So I never had that happen, so I called state auditor, he told me, those are my two quotes, so we gotta go with the best. You know, it could be for delivery time or whatever it is, but we have to use those quotes. So, Adrona had, the best delivery time, the other company couldn't even give us a delivery time. So, we were able to choose Adrona, but I had to put this on the minutes per state auditor.
Is it in the budget? You talking Missy? Okay.
We just got to check back,
They got an insurance check for it.
Okay.
So
It's gonna
moved.
cover that.
We have a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Okay. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Madam Board President, Vice Chairman, and Board Supervisor, I'm Larry Healy, I'm the County Assessor. I just want to bring to your attention, bring this out real quick. I did receive a certificate from the Mississippi Department of Revenue, and enhanced and received the assessor for direct copy for recaps and real and personal assessment roll of the above named county file with you in 2025. To the best of his knowledge, and believe subject to the preparation of supplemental real roll reflecting the implementation of the Constitution Amendment. Adams County Assessor and said county is no longer in default with respect to making and filing the said assessment roll, and that the said Board of Supervisors may, in its discretion, make an allowance and pay the salary of said assessor. This is for the 1st of January of 2026.
I think we have already approved this. That's been already taken, yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
I still want to bring something to you too. The assessor's office has been doing a tremendous job, and I just want to commend them on what they have been doing with the real and personal property and homestead that we're going through right now. It's been hectic. A lot of people been walking through the door because we do have an open door policy. With that open door policy, we're trying to help as many people as we can. So some of the questions that they come in and asking us, then sure, we are gonna make a mistake, we are human. But we asking the board to continue to work with us and make sure that we get everything correct to the best of our ability. Certain questions they asking that we don't know. I know one that, as for setting the taxes, we don't do that. I wanna make sure they know that. We
Do what now?
millage rate, taxes, we do not do that. All we do, we go in and we do the assessment as far as list property, list and value of property. That's exactly what we do in that office. But I just want, I do have Mr. Heron here with us this morning. He is our appraiser. He's gonna do his best he can to answer some of the questions that you have in mind right now. Okay. Mr. Heron.
You'll leave me back there?
Yes, please, go to mine.
Remember what happened last time you went up there?
I didn't walk through a metal detector.
That was 7 years ago.
That was crazy, wasn't
I got shocked.
it? Yeah, you did. Your little oak somewhere.
Good morning.
Right.
Larry asked me to come speak to you guys and the people that are here today. The county just went through a reappraisal process, which by law, they have to do at least once every 4 years. The last one done was in '21. Most people have recognized a significant increase in their value this year. In 2021, the Department of Revenue issued, a mandate that they have increased square foot cost on everything, on all buildings, commercial, residential, mobile homes. It has all been increased. Well, they didn't issue that until July of '21, and most counties had their original roll by the first Monday in July. So they amended that and said, well, on the next reappraisal that the county would have to go through, they said you would have to implement those square foot costs. So for this tax roll, the 2025 tax roll, those costs were implemented. The process we use is set forth by the state Department of Revenue. I've heard people talk, and you deal with the public so much. I say, well, what guidelines y'all go through? Well, we have what they call a Rule 6 mandate. And it says guidelines on that manual. Well, that's been contested. And there's an Attorney General's opinion that states that the guidelines set forth by the Department of Revenue are interpreted as law.
Yeah, there's a Supreme Court case that says.
Right. So when they say guidelines, I try not to say that word, I try to say the law because that's what it is. To simplify the process, the state, the system they use, try to come up with a replacement cost on a building. And every situation is different. This is overall in the county and the state. And then we try to depreciate that building to come up with a value. And that value has to be within 85 to 105% of market value. So that's a general simplified version of what we do. Land pricing is a little different. A lot of it's based on sales, what things are selling for. But the actual value on buildings, that's the simplified procedure for that. I'm open to any questions or anything y'all
Madam
want to know.
President, my only concern is, I understand y'all got this information in 21,
Yes, sir.
and it's part of the assessor's handbook, whatever that state give y'all, that
Yes,
y'all
sir.
got to do this?
It's a manual.
Okay, the problem that I see on this board, not nobody else, is when it happened, I didn't know nothing about it. So when you increasing the taxes, by me not knowing nothing about it, you don't give me the authority to adjust nobody's taxes because I didn't even know the taxes was increased till people start raising hell. So if this board would have knew on the front end that this was the year that everybody taxes would be increased, is I'm saying this right, Scott? We would have had an opportunity to go in and see could we adjust the millage rate or whatever the case may be.
When we equalize the taxes.
So when you don't know, you can't do that. You know, and I don't want the word to be out there. I understand because I done been reading over this stuff for a long, long time. And MDOR want almost the true value now and all this kind of stuff. But you see where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
When I don't get this information and when people start saying, well, the board of supervisors did this and did that.
You're the last stop. You're
Yeah.
the first stop. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but we the last stop with the citizens, but we should be the first stop with y'all to keep us
Well,
informed.
to answer your question, when you got your figures on the first Monday in July and you're looking at your budget, you should have had a very significant increase on value from the previous year. So there should have been a question as, okay, why have we got an increase of whatever amount of money that is? So I understand your side of it.
Mr. Wayne, this is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying,
Yes, sir.
but that's not communication for us to figure it out because we saw something increase when this is the tax assessor office in Adams County. It should be some communication. If whoever did it saw that it was increased, they could have said, hey, look, y'all got a big increase. Just to say we should have figured it out because it was more than it was last year. You know, we got a new taxes, a new county administrator. And I was trying to figure out, I can't speak for nobody else, where all this additional money coming from? Now I know, because people taxes being increased. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Every meeting I ask, where all this money coming from? But we just got to communicate a little better where everybody can be on the same page. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's because we the first one get hit by, the residents that taxes have gone up and why have they gone up and we can't answer those questions.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so when we can't answer the question, the first thing we tell them is maybe you need to see your tax assessor because it need to make us look bad because we don't know. So that's all we asking is just maybe inform us on things that are happening before.
You know, most people I talk to, they understand that they've got to pay taxes.
They do.
And it isn't just this county, I do a few other counties, it was so much at one time. And I think the commissioners on the Department of Revenue and the Department of Revenue also got repercussions on the same thing. Now, what they do with that in the future, I don't know. That was the first value increase in 20 years, so. But like I say, it was a lot at one time.
Okay.
And I understand that, I had to pay too, I live over in the market, and they really tore me up over there, so.
Mr. Arian,
Yes.
we're considered a retirement community. Now, what is the age where people no longer have to pay property taxes?
There,
If their home is valued at a certain amount?
if you're over 65 or 100% disabled with proof of that, and you file the correct information in the tax assessor's office, you're exempt on the first 75,000.
Okay, there's what I wanted, 75,000. Now, you've raised the taxes on everybody's home or the value of everybody's home. Did they raise that number? should they have raised that number? Because all of a sudden, we've got people that maybe are having to pay taxes, that never paid hadn't to pay taxes in 5 or 6 years.
You know, at one time, the legislature had it at 100,000. Then they lowered it to 60, and now they're back, it's been at 75 for a long time.
Where can you find a decent home for 60 or 75,000?
You can't even buy a new single wide mobile
So-
home, 16 by 80, they're 90,000.
Is anybody gonna pursue that? Because I think the number needs to be closer to 120,000 on people's homes, they've lived in all their lives.
Here's your situation, Mr. Wilson, on that, and there's, you know, there's always three sides. And, every year, it's in every county, you have more and more people right now becoming at the age of 65.
Like me?
Baby boomers, yeah.
Right there with you. I just got. Well, and on disability. You have a few, disabled veterans, now they're exempt on everything. They own 600 acres and a house, the law is giving them that, if they qualify for that DAB. You don't have a lot of them, but they're there. But you have more and more, here, just say this year you budgeted, to make this simple, $100,000. You have enough value to have $100,000 in revenue this year. Well, this coming up next 2026 roll, you've got more over 65, more disabilities, and let's say I've got the same, now I've got less revenue to operate the county with the same value. So now you've got to make that up to operate the county once you get your budget from your department heads and everything's compiled. I'll take up for the taxpayer all day. The state's throwing more and more on the local taxpayer. I want to just show you.
Anybody that's been exempt through homeowners, are they gonna be knocked off of that and start paying tax, or are they grandfathered in?
Well, they had what they call a freeze on value about 4 years ago. And although you will see, like on the reappraisal this year, let's say it went from 75 to $100,000, but they were already over 65 4 years ago up to this year. They're paying only on that value. Although that value's increased, you have a homestead credit on over 65 and disability. Well, the software increases that homestead credit to show that you will be paying the same money on that value that was there 4 years ago.
Okay, that was just a concern of mine. 'Cause
Yes, sir.
I was worried
It's
about
tough.
some people, you know,
It's really
are
tough.
on a fixed income, and they're not gonna be able to come with that money.
I'll agree.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Any more
Anything
questions?
else? Any more questions? Mr. Ham?
Y'all call me anytime.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm headed north to Hot Spring. Y'all be good.
Thank you all.
Gotta go, need a helicopter.
Scott, the time period for a citizen's not happy with the assessment, then they can come before this board. What is that time period?
So, up until the first Monday of August, I believe.
They can come before this board and get it.
That's correct. Now, what they need to do is first talk to the tax assessor's office. If the tax assessor looks and says something's missed,
Hold on a minute,
and let me tell you this, go visit the tax assessor's office.
hold on a minute.
You gonna let Candy one day?
Wayne.
If there looks like there's a mistake
Oh, just a second.
I'm not here.
Okay.
or overvaluation, you talk to your tax assessor's office, and they look at it, and then sometimes there are mistakes, something was added that didn't be on there, and they'll make a request for an adjustment to this board. Why is it good to start with them? Because if the tax assessor asks for it, we can approve it. If they come to us, they have to have 2 qualified experts ask us if you're gonna sidestep the assessor, which means you basically will lose whatever savings you have if you hire 2 appraisers. So it's always good to start with the tax assessor's office, and they deal with them. We do them 15, 20 times in a year. People make mistakes, and we try to adjust them accordingly there. So start with your tax assessor. If there's an error, then they'll present it to the board.
So if the tax assessor sees there's no error, then they still come to us. Wow.
Well, for us to even consider it, you have to have 2 experts signing off on the petition. If you don't, then We
Give
can't
me
change it for
an
evaluation.
example of your expert you're talking
We,
about.
basically, an appraiser is going to say this is, you know,
I'm talking about for the everyday person out there, you saying two experts, they might not know who the
An
two
appraiser.
experts.
Real estate appraiser.
A real estate appraiser.
Two real estate appraisers.
There you go.
Not county appraiser, two real estate
that's what
appraisers.
And then they gotta pay for that, right?
That's right, versus, and they're there to help,
Yeah, they have
they wanna make an accurate, and we do, we make these corrections, but start with the tax assessor's office. If you have an error, and they'll get it fixed, and we work with them daily about that.
Well, the only reason I asked you that because I just wanna give the citizens out there all the information they need in case they feel like, theirs is too high, then they can go there, and if it don't work, then they can do what you just said.
Yes,
They
sir.
need to know that. Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you, Mr. Hill.
All right.
Right back.
And think about it, it'll be 4 more years before y'all hear from the taxpayers, because it's every 4 years for an update on real property.
What do you mean?
Every 4 years, like what Wayne was saying,
Reassessment.
yeah, the
But that's-
reassessment is every 4 years. He's lost.
No, I'm not lost. I'm just saying with the reassessment, don't they do a certain portion?
25%, but
Yeah.
that.
We
does-
used to that.
Yeah, but that does not go into effect until it's done 100%. Then everybody gets it.
But we don't have a problem with that. We have a problem with what y'all got in 21 saying y'all supposed to get it done in 25 and we ain't know nothing about it. That's what I have a problem with.
I
I
understand.
don't have a problem with the everyday assessment. I mean, the every 4-year assessment. We already know that.
I have one court order, for personal property.
And so this is exactly what we're talking about. Somebody had an error or a change in their taxes, they go to the tax assessor's office, the tax assessor's office file a petition to correct, and that's how the process goes.
This is, Meridian Waste of Mississippi. They purchased aero disposal service in 2024. I did not know anything about it until she received her bills. Meridian Waste sent in a rendition, of $45,000 $54,000 in inventory. Now, ERA has, close to, $695,000 worth of equipment out there. Well, she don't wanna pay both bills, so she's wanting me to delete ERA and let her give this 54,000 instead of the 600 and something thousand that ERA had already given me. So I'm asking to delete Meridian Waste, leave ERA on, but change ERA's name to Meridian Waste. Cause she said she would not pay the bill if the bill was not in Meridian Waste's name.
That's crazy. They owned it though, right?
So
Did they own it?
they bought,
they
they
do.
changed hands.
Right, but
They
it still was in
changed hands.
Era's name.
still was in
And so
Era's
what they
name.
wanna pay is what Era,
They don't wanna pay ERA's, they wanna pay theirs, but I want theirs deleted because this is the wrong cost. We have to use the original cost with the original age. And I had no idea that Meridian had bought, ERA until she received the bills.
So she used her purchase cost as opposed to cost original?
Right,
Yeah, that's not wrong.
yeah.
I have to use the original or I won't be in compliance. And that,
So
The Department of Revenue says this is how you do it.
yeah,
You take original cost new times the depreciation schedule set forth by the IRS code, and that's your valuation. So you don't start with what I acquired price and then depreciate even further. I mean,
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
the one to Meridian is, you said 50-something thousand?
yeah, she turned it in, as inventory, and you know what inventory is, it's
Right.
stuff you can go in and purchase and buy. But she turned in $54,430 for the purchase of these bins out here In the camp.
And Arrow said they were worth 600,
95.
which one does she wanna pay?
She's wanting to pay Meridian, but I'm not gonna let her.
You're
So-
gonna change Arrows to
No.
Meridians.
Okay,
Yeah.
if I was to buy a widget for $1,000 and I sell it to you for $200, you are assessed from the $1,000 amount times the depreciation schedule. That's how the Department of Revenue says. They're trying to say, no, I should be assessed based on the $200 that you paid me for it. That's just not right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't depreciate it.
That's a heck of a deduction. What's the deduction if you went with the
Well,
second?
Meridian's bill is $1,333. Arrow's bill is $9,597. So,
So you're gonna change the name on it?
yes, that's what I'm asking to do, and delete what, Meridian sent me for last year.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
I have all of the board orders for decreases for land, real property. The first one I have is going to be for Mr. Emil Smith. He is coming because his social security number was entered incorrectly in the tax assessor's office when we went to computers. He got a $300 chargeback, and we're asking if we can get rid of that $300 chargeback because that was our error and not his.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Second.
What's the tax year for it?
For the 2025 tax year. Well, actually, no, this is the 2024 tax year, but it went out in 2025. It's for the 2024 tax roll though. But the bill just went out. It's an escape for 2024.
It's a 2024 tax year that became due February of '25.
Yes, yes.
Hey, is Peggy still here?
Peggy,
Ma'am?
chargeback.
We got a board order for 2024 taxes. Would that have to be done by August of '25?
Yeah, it does have to be done by August.
So this just one, it's an escape. So it's due for February of this year.
Okay. We can call the DOR and ask them.
Call the DOR and ask? Thanks.
You wanna hold on to that one?
I'll hold on to that.
It's just,
Okay.
there's a way to correct it, just not through us if it's
If it's
If
any
it's
correction,
erroneous.
so we can carry that motion.
just a,
Let's do it.
yeah, just defer that. motion.
Defer that one,
Let it
okay, defer that one. You wanna withdraw your motion,
Yeah.
Kel? Okay, West.
The next court order I have is for Mr. Rayford Miller at 753 Old Highway 84, number 3. He and his wife divorced. He came in to file a new board order, a new homestead. In the process, it got deleted incorrectly. Instead of just changing the whole thing, got deleted. He has refiled his board order, his homestead, but his exemption, he should have been completely exempt due to the fact that he was disabled. So I have one for $1,097.60 because this was an error when it was deleted.
Okay, and that's for this year, for 2025 taxes?
Yes, all the rest of them are 2025
Okay.
taxes.
That should be fine.
And what's that amount?
$1,097.60.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor, Wilson,
Second.
got a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay. The next one is for Miss Linda Byrd at 28 Alexander Road. We came to you last year to correct her board order, to correct her homestead. It was accidentally in. Peggy, how did we do this one?
It was taken off when it wasn't supposed to be taken off, and I came and asked for it to be put back on. Well, we put it back on, but it slipped through the cracks and didn't get fixed in the computer system this year.
So we have another one. She's supposed to be completely exempt. It's $1,725.64.
So moved.
Request. Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, got a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
This is the second one that was brought to you last year for correction, for Sonia and the Spencers at 127 John Glenn Avenue. This is another one where the board corrected it last year, deleted an error, but it got, again, slipped through the cracks in the computer system, and it did not get corrected with restoring the homestead, and it's $2,960.62.
You heard the request.
That's a disabled, or
This
is
was
that,
over 65 that was in place prior to the assessments. It changed from the owners to, it went into a life estate, and when that got done, it accidentally got deleted. We corrected it last year, but the button to restore the homestead did not get matched in the computer. So we're having to correct it again this year, because that homestead,
so you're deleting the whole amount, or it's changing to
I'm
another?
changing it to a lesser amount. We are
What's that
actually,
number? Is that like
paperwork I have.
$300 less?
No, we're getting rid of $2,960.62, because their bill should only run around $300. Because it is a 65 and over.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, do I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
The next one, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those bills hit, and I got a lot of them coming in. It's from Miss Rebecca Madison at 913 Liberty Road. Her husband was a 100% disabled veteran. When he passed, she was entitled for that this VA disability to roll over. It got deleted instead of rolled up. The tax bill I'm asking there is $1,836.
So moved.
You heard the motion? Got a motion by Supervisor,
Second.
yes, a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Next, I have Mr. Calvin Woodfork and Ms. Sharon Woodfork at 8 Janice Circle. Mr. Calvin is a 100% disabled veteran. When it got entered into the computer system, something glitched. He did not get 100% of his VA disability when he should have. And the amount on that one I'm asking for is $2,132.36.
You heard the request.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion?
What's that address?
8 Janice Circle.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Next, I have Miss Betsy Winston at 83 East Wilderness Road. She came in because her homestead had also been deleted. It was reported that her house was either vacant or sold. She still lives at 83 East Wilderness Road, and she should be 100% exempt. And that total is $2,518.52.
So moved.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
This next one
This is the end of the year.
is Miss Beverly Woods at 114 Virginia Avenue. Miss Beverly Woods, apparently we have two Beverly Woods, and this one was mistakenly pulled thinking she was deceased. Miss Woods obviously is not deceased. She came in to see me.
Sure, right.
Her total is $3,389.11. And these are all 65 and older homesteads where, because of the assessment increase, we're having to adjust.
What's the address?
114 Virginia Avenue.
So moved.
So you're removing this, 3,300?
Removing $3,389.11.
Okay, you got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Last one. It's gonna be for Mr. Charles and Miss Julia Byrne, 1 Alta Drive. This was reported as a home that had been sold and it had not. The total on that one is $4,283.11.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
I didn't hear that one. What was that?
Which one, the last one? It was reported that the home had been sold and it was not.
Okay.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Thank you.
President.
Up next,
I need to- something go on.
Good morning, Madam President, and Board.
let the record show that Supervisor Wilson is leaving.
396 requests for service from E911, 286 transports. Average response time, city 929, 89%, and county 1449 and 90%. 55 refusals for treatment and transport, 3 no patient founds, 19 cancels, 19 site calls, 162 multiple calls, and then 22 flights from the field. You'll notice a little bit of a different design on the report this morning. I'm adding graphs in so we kind of give a timeline across the whole year as we go through the year. You'll be able to look at these various different perspectives and graph stacked versus me typing the same information in. You'll see the actual graph. Total EMS requests for the county as a whole, 914. I want to note that this is our 30th year in the county. We're gonna be doing some year-long stuff with the crews, and the public to kind of highlight that fact that we've been here for 30 years serving, and, we may or may not ask y'all's participation in some of those events, just so the board can show support for the crews that are out there doing the job every day. If y'all have any requests for me?
Anybody have anything?
I don't have a request, Madam President, but on our MAS meeting on Friday, they was asking questions about ambulance service and all this kind of stuff. I forgot to bring that paper, but I'm gonna get it to you where you can, look into it and see what's going on, because, other counties was asking questions. I think it's coming from the legislature. So I'm not gonna say what it was about, because I don't wanna put the wrong stuff out there. When I get up to it, I just get with you.
I appreciate that. What, we've been 8 years now, 7 years, 6 years, something like that with county contract. I'll be more than happy to look through it and give you feedback on it. We've not come to the county for one single expense in our time here. We continually to self-reflect and self-correct and then report that back to the board. I stand on our performance, and if somebody wants to challenge it, they can try. We stand by what we do. We keep everything above the board, and we're responsive to anything that comes in that's a request from this board. We respond to it and make adjustments as necessary and when necessary, and we'll continue to do so until such time as the board sees fit to do different with us.
Yeah, well, let me say this, I don't want you to take it as it was something about AMR, it's just something came through our association, it's nothing personal. Just,
Okay, well, like I said, you get it to me and I'll be more than happy to respond and get you what you need in response.
all right.
Thank y'all, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Samora Allen, Adams County EMA Deputy Director. I have a few things. Okay, we'll start out by, we are preparing, for winter weather, at the safe room. So we are, open according to the reports that we received. On Thursday, January the 22nd, we will have a winter preparedness meeting at the safe room for 2:30. Next, I would like to request travel for myself, Samore Allen, and, my director, Robert Bradford, for the HIP conference that's going to be held in Biloxi, Mississippi on March the 3rd through the 6th of 2022.
Let me see if I have that, information. I don't think I saw that. Did you see it? You have the travel, all that information? But she called out more than just one grade.
No, ma'am, just
Just
two,
grade?
myself and Brad.
She's learning, she's learning, so I have to make mistakes.
I was all right.
No, it's good, that's enough.
You can right,
You heard the request? Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gray, any discussion?
Thank you
All in
all.
favor, say aye. I signed that one. Okay, signed.
You good.
The ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you all. Another thing, we would like to thank the county as well as the city businesses for the door prizes. We would like to thank all county employees for attending. We would like to thank the sheriff office for cooking the finger licking, meal that they prepared for us. Oh, the real falling off the bone. We would like to also thank, the women that served. You all are definitely a dream team. Ms. Deneen, Ms. Corvette, Ms. Shaki, Ms. Cora, and everybody that came and helped and set up. Thank you all. And any questions or concerns for me? Okay. Y'all have a nice day.
Thank you. Just for now.
Warrant Board, Samuel Minor, Registered Service Officer for the county. I don't have, really anything to report, update you guys on, today. But if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Mao?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Mao.
Good morning, Board. Mary Kay Dory, I was gonna Court. I have some, personnel stuff that I had turned in. I had, mistakenly, it's just some coding issues that I had to change. One of them was for Latanya Earls. I had the, middle code incorrect, and I was told that I needed to change that officially through the board, so you should find that in your folder. One for Latanya Earls.
That was a hiring.
This is just a coding issue. I came back in December for the position. I turned all this into Ms. Jefferson and Mitzi last week.
See if they have it up there. Okay, you have anything else while she's going?
So there's two coding issues. There's gonna be one for, myself as well. There was one for Earls, there was one for myself. Those were two coding issues. It's just because I had a 223 instead of a 163 in the middle, or the opposite, I don't have it in front of me. But it was just that coding issue. Everything else had already been approved, the amounts, everything like that, it was just the coding. Then there is another one for Christie Castle.
I don't have any.
You don't have any of that, okay?
That was last meeting, right?
Right,
Yeah,
and
but she got some issues with it.
it was the coding issue, so I had to redo it and put it back through the board. And that's why I called over here to come do it, but I can sit, someone else can go, while she ran up there.
Did you send the information?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you sent it to Missy?
Sent it to Mitzi and to, Ms. Jefferson. They both received it. Cause they both, or they
They got
had
coding issues, you have to make a motion to change that coding. It's the coding issues.
Do you want me to just sit down and,
Yeah, just.
till she
just-
comes
yeah.
back? Okay.
Let's go with the next person. Yeah, but she gonna have to share has the information also.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Out County Road Department. First thing I have, Mr. Ford, not be able to attend today. He sent me an email, asking me to represent to the board today, on the work that, Midway did on Coffee Point Road. He's got an invoice here for Midway, for $446,400, and one for IMS for $56,568.
And these final pay for that work, minus the retainage.
This is what he emailed me right here, bro. That's what he emailed me there.
You done? Huh? I did.
Robbie, you were down there Thursday.
Correct, I got pictures, now it's complete, done, they.
I was the last down there, what, Wednesday, maybe?
Yeah, you were down there, I think Wednesday, I was down there Thursday, KC, they're completely finished.
Okay, so moved.
Okay,
Second.
got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Next thing I have, this has been going on a long time on Foster Mountain Road, there before you, get there to, Mr. Yelkin's property. There's a curve there, he can get a lot of 18-wheelers going in and out of his property there. And on the right side of the road, Mr. Smith owns the property, it's been a long time ago, and you know, that Mr. Smith didn't want you to fool with his property or whatever. I received some information that Mr. Smith is willing to let us do something, but I would like for IMS to go and give us what the right-of-ways are in that area to see if we're off our right-of-way, private, you know what I'm saying, before we do anything. But I'd just like to get permission from the board that IMS give me.
Where's this?
On Foster Mountain Road, right there, Grover Yelverton's
So,
Drive.
you on the opposite side of the road?
Just on the opposite.
Trying to get away
right
you can
side.
see?
Correct.
Yeah.
Making that curve, people
Yeah.
coming across the
Coming
bridge,
across the
the
road.
18-wheelers just turning,
18-wheeler.
it's a blind spot.
Okay, yes, sir.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
If he do his research about the right of way and it becomes that some of the growth is on private property, what is the game plan? Because at this point, we doing it for the safety and well-being of the people that drive that road, because they be going, I can't do that one day and I almost ran completely off the road.
And Mr. Gray, to answer that question, that's the reason I'm here, and that's the reason I mentioned that, because I want Mr. Slover to lead us in the right direction.
I got you.
We need to do, once we figure out what our right of way is.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I ain't missing anything.
So,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to allow IMS to check our right of way, the address on Foster Mountain Road.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Middleton. In a discussion. All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes ayes have it, motion carried.
Robbie, you gonna let them know?
Yes, I'll speak, with that. Board President, I have two, things for you to sign up there, waste power, reimbursement for payment, $1,116.
So moved.
A motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
No, find that, they're giving it to them, no. This may be it.
The other thing I have for you to sign, Mr. President, is a solid waste grant for $14,903.
You wanna apply for the solid waste grant, or is this a reimbursement?
No, we're applying for this grant, we'll get $14,903 is what.
To MDQ?
Yeah, something
Yes.
different.
So moved.
900 and two, yeah. You heard the request?
So moved.
I
Had a
made,
motion by Supervisor Middleton.
I already made the motion.
Okay, you had already made the motion.
Yes.
Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
And after all the rain we had here a while back, went back and looked at some warranty work on some contractors on some EWPs in 509 Brooklyn and 8 Lofton Lane. We do have, some issues. Mr. Ford has contacted the contractor, and the contractor will be, fixing this problem on those two sites. With that being said, we have some problems on Magnolia Bluff, site number 3, with a different contractor. Received a letter from the contractor stating that they have no intent to repair these sites. They feel like they have fulfilled their obligations of fixing this location. They go back 3 months.
Country?
Camo Construction.
And what sites are those?
Well, no, Lofton and Brooklyn now, if I hold up the contract out of Vicksburg, they're coming back to warn you there.
Yeah.
But the other one, on Magnolia Bluff, site number 3, they sent a letter, this is the letter to Mr. Ford, here stating that they emailed him and said they feel like they fulfilled their obligations and they're not gonna come back and repair the site, so. I've talked to Mr. Slower, I don't have a cost to repair, I was gonna get with, Mr. Ford, once he can get here, to look at it, see, I do have pictures of what erosion problems we're having.
Were these erosion problems they've addressed in the past?
Correct, the same location,
So you typically have a year from final inspection,
you
Scott.
got, yes, you got a year,
But once they touch it,
then you get another year at the area that they've worked on, correct?
So that's what we addressing?
Yes, sir, that's what they're saying, they're not,
So have they touched?
So they
before?
still intend to do work for Adams County?
not if they don't fix it.
Whether they did or not.
How much is it?
We
Fixed?
can
These are out
take
there,
what
Lord.
the bid is.
They can write their own fate.
But anyhow, I was just bringing it forward, board, Mr. Slover knows, we will get with, IMS, I will get with IMS, try to get a cost estimate of what's there, for repairs, what has to be done. This is the site that Adams County Board of Supervisors agreed to pay, I think it was $3,500 to buy some rock, and they said that would cure the problem. Mr. Ford come before the board, we agreed to it, the board agreed to it, and this is what we get in return.
Give me a price on what it costs to fix.
And that's what I say, I'm just bringing it before, letting you know.
Madam President,
Yes.
Mr. Attorney, legally, what can we do?
Well, legally, we need a cost to fix it, and either they can follow their warranty, or we can try to recover elseways. And then in addition, if our bidding specs so allow, we can disqualify people that don't follow through with what they say they're gonna do.
That's my suggestion.
Well,
Without saying any names or anything in the public, but that's what we can do. It starts with finding out what's the cost to fix, and how we're gonna fix it.
And that's what I said, I beat Mr. Ford when he gets back to town, me and him go look at it, I come up with a good cost estimate of it. And then once that happens, we get with you,
Let me know when y'all go look, please.
That's all I have for the board, unless y'all have
That's
something.
all you have?
Unless y'all have something.
Anyone else?
Brian, when you get a chance, will you go check York Road patching, please?
Okay.
Okay, Mary Kay, we have your information here.
1, 2, skip a few is what they say.
That's what they say every time, but I don't believe it.
I know, but
We
just-
go by twice a week, so the ones we skip, we ought to get.
Trust me, I
Just
I know.
keep getting phone calls.
Okay, I got all the, Ms. Mary Kay
Yes, I'm
information
back.
here, so.
I'd like to request the coding issues for myself. You'll see on the top there, there's just an incorrect code.
Got it.
Same thing for Latanya's coding issue.
For some payroll issues.
Yes. All right, what about this, Christie?
That's another one, yes. I was keeping it separate, but you want to go on that one?
Yeah, jump on
Sure.
together.
Yes, so she is our CASA director, and she is also gonna start doing the Adams County Coalition for Children and Youth Director. That position does come with a stipend, $2,400 annually, and that will come out of 001-163-401. And that money is there, and it was previously held by Sandra Satcher. She was the director and received those funds, and now Christy Castle will receive that for doing the job.
You heard the motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines,
Yes,
all in favor? Any, all opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Anything else?
That's all I had, thank you.
Sheriff?
Our public adjuster, I'm gonna see if we can get them on that, something they need us to approve, that's the group that's helping us with the insurance claim.
Okay.
You're gonna have the
Yeah,
sheriff.
yeah, we'll have the sheriff to go
And I'll-
ahead and
and I'll
make
work
his
on getting
report.
that.
All right, Sheriff, you ready?
Yes. Morning, board. I'm gonna be quick this morning, I ain't gonna be long this morning. The first thing is, I do have new hires that I need to present to the board, Madam President. It's already signed. Okay, let me keep it straight out here, so it's already signed by it's already signed by HR and everything. Let me know if you're ready for the night. Okay. And I'm already conferred with Mitzi on it as well, so I'll go through the proper channels.
The funding is in the budget.
Yes, these are, the positions that we already budgeted for, I'm just replacing personnel that are no longer here.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, the first one's gonna be James Floyd, hiring him as a deputy, $16.81 an hour.
Annual rate, 34,964.80.
Yes, $34,964.80. The second one's gonna be Jeremiah Turner, hiring him as a deputy as well, hourly rate $16.81 an hour, prior training, $34,964.80. And the third one is gonna be correction/jail staff, Bradley Campbell, at $16.06 an hour.
Okay, this a rehire?
Yes, he's a rehire. He left in good standing.
Okay.
Well, I'll make the motion to, accept the hire that the sheriff is recommending.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you. I had on here the drone, but I appreciate the need already taken care of it. The insurance paid out well on it, so we didn't lose anything, it had to come out of budget. The insurance paid $54.40 on it, $5,440. The drone itself is like 52 something, so we came out pretty even in it. But Missy was gonna take care of it, but the need took care of it already. I do wanna ask the board two things though, in reference to two deaths that have happened in the community. That one of them was at the sheriff's office, that was Oren Bowery, and the other one, of course, is former Constable Willis B. Jones. I would ask that the board consider doing a resolution of respect for both of them. Oren Bowie served 23 years on the Sheriff Bay up there at the prison in Jefferson County before he came down here and worked for us for 2 years. He considered retiring in December, but decided he was gonna stay on. But unfortunately, you know, after he decided that he passed away, so our hearts go out to him. We'll be laying him to rest this Saturday, and I'll get you all the details on that. But it's the same for Willoughby Jones. I'm not sure when his funeral arrangements are at this time. You know, our hearts go out to him. Willoughby served his community for a very long time in multiple capacities, from constable to investigator, police officer, code enforcer, you name it, he pretty much done it. And let's see here, the third thing I wanted to bring up was.
Let's get a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to, do a resolution for Mr. Bowie and, Mr. Jones.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
The ayes have it, motion carried.
All right, I looked up the dates of funeral services for Oren Bowie. His visitation will be January the 23rd, 2026 at the Lighthouse, which is 19 Franklin Street in Meadville, Mississippi, from 6 to 8 p.m. That's his visitation. And the actual funeral services will be January the 24th at New Jerusalem Baptist Church, 9145 US Highway 84, Roxy, Mississippi. And they also have a visitation that day as well at 12, and the funeral services will be at 1. And the last thing, I'm not sure, did Johnny bring you all up to speed on what happened with the, out of the building, we have like 20 people in the special operations group. Okay, I know you probably know them. Right?
He didn't bring it up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need to make y'all aware of what's going on then. The drain line, the main drain line, forward line for the building has separated completely from the building. And they had to run snakes off in there, but snakes kept getting in the mud, so when they ran the camera off in there, they see the thing is completely disconnected. I believe they called Thorpe's, if I'm not mistaken, out to look at it, and they're talking about they're gonna have to bust up the concrete underneath the building, on that half of the building, which will cause us to have to find somewhere else to go for at least half the building. I'm not sure. They'll have the prices by tomorrow or later on this evening. I just need you all to know that that's a pretty major project that's gonna have to go on down there. Especially when you're talking about, you're not talking outside the building, you're talking about underneath the building. It's in the front half of the building, so I don't know what it's gonna cost, but I need the board to be aware that that's don't be an issue for us.
Where is this bill?
Down there at IP, our special operations group. You know, we have our specialized units, K9, narcotics, investigators, victims assistance. We got a lot of people down there building because we don't have a room up here. So, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take, but I know he's been, like, apparently he talked to Robbie a little bit about it, but I know they had to call in Thorpe's to look at it because it's a pretty serious issue, so. Just want the board to be aware of it, and I'm sure he'll be bringing it up. I know Missy knew about it too as well. She knew about it, but we've all been talking about it. And even with that issue though, they have another issue down there as well, where at the meter, the water line is leaking at the meter. When they shut the water off to the building, it was still spraying at the meter somewhere, so I'm sure Robbie knew about that too though, so just letting y'all know we got some issues down there. We're gonna get it straightened up. I know we're gonna have to keep somebody in that building because we got some pretty expensive computers in there. I mean, one of those computers in there alone is $50,000. That's the one we got on the brink a while back, so we definitely gonna keep some eyes on that equipment. I don't know, I'm not sure what's gonna have to come with this, but I didn't want you all blindsided that it's something major gotta happen to fix that down there, so.
Question.
Yes, sir.
This the channel.
Oh, okay.
How do I ask this question? With everything you got going on out at IP, I know one time this conversation came up about that area. And my question is, we need to know up front about what's going on. I wouldn't wanna go spend all that money and then you gonna need the area, and for what you need it for, it's not gonna need all that, right? I'm just asking a question.
Ricky, right now, we plan, and the state has given us, we've got 3.5 million locked in, another, let's call it 2, I think it's 1.7 and some change.
You're a public adjustment, Leo, speaking on that.
To spend in the cleanup of that site. It includes the entire area, including where the sheriff's located now. And so our intentions, long-term, are to sell the entire property and that space as well. So, I hadn't, that's the first I've heard of that issue. We could possibly, and as we go to bid for with all that $6 million, if there's some issues with that building, and I'm speaking off the cuff here because I don't, I don't want to tell you something and then I have to come back and say, hey, this is, we can't do that. But if there's something maybe regarding that sewer line that needs to be replaced, it can be included in some of those dollars. But tomorrow, if a client walks out there and Sheriff and I have talked about this in the past, it's been a while since we had a conversation. If they could be asked to vacate and relocate out of there, upon that timeline, that it was never our intentions for that to be a permanent location for the sheriff and those operations. That our intent is to sell the property in full and for the use for industrial development. So
Yeah, that's the reason I asked the question.
Yeah. I'm hearing the leak first time, and if we can include it into the cleanup, we can definitely, we will try. I don't know whether we'll be able to amend or change right now, and the NBA will have to say, yeah, you can do that, or no, you can't do that. But if the board wants us to try to do that, then we can definitely try. I don't know off the top of my head, but that is where we're at.
Thank you.
I will say this, we don't know yet how big of a space they're gonna have to bust up, the store, so before anything, I would just be patient and let the folk come in to see exactly what the folks gonna need, destroy and jackhammer through, before the right build. Because you're talking underneath the building, but I mean, you can hammer out a space if you need to and replace it, so it's not anything that can't be used.
You might have to put in a septic system, for that building, and I don't know what that requires you to continue to bust up the lead, the foundation and stuff, but to have just a septic system in there for the internal, I'm assuming you're talking about just, employee waste and.
Yeah, it's just a trunk line running through the middle, and everything ties to the bathrooms on each end of the building, ties to the clean out on each end. It's separated in the middle, like you said, they'll saw cut it somewhere and make that repair. I don't think you'd have to do anything with a septic or whatever at this point, but, unless they decide to do each restroom on each end separate,
And that's why I say I would
just wait on the cost and see what happens,
To see exactly what it is saying they're gonna have to do before I jump to do anything drastic. But I wanted you all to know what was going on. I didn't want y'all blindsided, so that's why I'm sharing it with y'all. That's all I have.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank y'all.
Sheriff, real quick before you sit down, I have a letter here, addressed to Adams County. To whom it may concern, this letter serves as formal confirmation that Adams County, Mississippi has permission to utilize the existing Wi-Fi network at the property known as Cambridge Heights for the purpose of remote camera access. If you have any questions or require additional documentation, please feel free to contact me, Blake Hunter, Vice President, Independent Management Services.
Thank you. I called Commander Lee Best about that the other day, and, we're gonna get with him, whether we had to purchase cameras or not, we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, so,
You gotta have one, cause he's trying to put one in my house, so you got that one.
so would you put this in the minutes and also get a copy for the sheriff to keep on file?
Okay.
And if you need something else, let me know.
All right. His phone number's on there too, though. That number you sent.
It's the number I sent you originally. I mean, a few months ago.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
All right, we're gonna make a motion to put this on file, on the, Have a motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Next.
I'm back.
Really?
On this email. This guy on the phone real fast. And
Okay, all right.
Hold on 1 second, Peggy, you got somebody that's.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes.
Can you hear us,
Can
Leah?
you hear us?
I can. Good morning.
Yes, Madam President, we have on the phone Leo from our public adjusters consultant. We obtained to look at some claims from some weather damages. Leo needed an official action from the board. Leo, can you tell the board what you need?
I can. Leo and Neil Leather are here. What we have in front of you is the proof of loss. We basically need that signed and notarized back. That is our estimate damages and the total of the claim damages that we see for now. We have to submit that to the carrier. At this point, we're actually waiting on them to issue a first round payment and the estimate here in a couple of days or weeks or so, they told us this morning, but at that point, we need to inform them of what we're saying our total damages are. And that's what that proof of loss does.
And board, if I may, this is Neil Evans. The policy requires us to submit this within 60 days of their request. They failed to request it at this point. We're a year deep, so we definitely need to turn this in.
Okay. I don't have anything in front of me.
Yeah, they've sent it to us. It's a proof of loss, and both Paige and I have it. Wants to print it out.
And we also have received confirmation that they are going to issue coverage for the admin old jail building's roof, interior damages, the courthouse roof and interior damages. And then we also have some miscellaneous damages on the sanitation building's roof, the 110 office buildings, that will be addressing as well.
It's basically open coverage on all the buildings we're addressing there.
Yeah, but they do full roofs on those two, as I just declared, and then they also have a mold growth issue in the jail that we're addressing, along with the lighting claim that was affiliated with it all.
All right, he's getting it printed for us.
I'm gonna print right now.
So, in the interim of this board, we will need, now that we have established coverage for these two roofs, we do need to get out to the bid process so we can get pricing to replace these two roofs, so that we can work with travelers that they pay that contract price and not their estimated pricing. So whatever your procurement methods are, we need to put this out to bid for both the removal of asbestos tiles on the jail, on the courthouse building, and non-asbestos tiles on the admin building, for both to remove the mitigated and replaced.
But the admin has the asbestos, sorry, the courthouse has the plate down, but both of them have to be removed. Actually be more to remove them than replacement.
Get that out.
Okay, Scott, you read over this?
Yes.
And you in agreement with it?
It's up to the board if y'all want to make the application.
And basically what this is about is, the damages are at this moment. The one side that do not have built in this is the remediation of the asbestos tiles on the porch. So that includes in addition to this, but that is going to be paid obviously directly by travelers, and we acknowledge that conversation already with them. Yeah, this is why it has to go to bid through the county office if you want to procure this one company, so we need to put that out there to get pricing for removal and asbestos abatement.
I'm just letting the rest of the board members, read over this.
Take it, take it.
Why you all?
Now, do you notice, we have a fund item limit of 273, on here you see that we're number 9. The policy only holds a $25,000 limit. If they deny us for those additional dollars, we can then come back and discuss if you want to apply for a FEMA grant or any kind of state grant to try to offset those losses that were not made by the carrier.
Okay.
All of that is a conversation we will have with you all after the claim, or once we get to that part, but that's kind of what I spoke about in the beginning, about how we treat these disasters. We're working on the tornado claim of, cause of loss. So you have several factors there.
Yeah, and we'll have to do what we can to try to obtain the most dollars we can for the damages, whether it's paid by insurance or some other method, but we'll discuss that in the coverage will be coming down the line. But that's why that number is so high.
Go ahead, have a question.
How are these large claims gonna affect our insurance moving forward?
Well, the good thing is you'll have new roofs. So right now, they're quoting you and rating you on policies and roofs.
We can't afford our insurance, I'm not worried about a new roof.
Well, that's what affects your quote. Your quotes are only based on your zip code, roofing, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. And that's it. So if that's a whole, you pay good prices. So this will definitely lower your rate hopefully in the future as we have new roofs to sell with, instead of these old clay tile roofs from the 1950s, 1970s.
We'll be supplying an insurance to value report to your agent or to you all to give to your agent for him to start that quoting process. What that does is show what you have done here with your claim and what your values are of your building. Typically, we go off of whatever the carrier says your insurance to value report is. The difference between us, we've been inside of each one of your buildings. We can give them a detailed line for line as to your insurance to value report, and it's in your favor. So once you have addressed some of these 50 and 100-year-old buildings and things, you'll have a stronger, more solid structure there, and it should be easier risk for them to insure for with this carrier or other carriers.
So right now, those two roofs are obsolete. The tiles were discontinued in 1999. So that is definitely hindering your coverages as far as your premiums. When we're done with claims, usually, there's an offset there, a claim risk value to premium value. But when you fix the damages, that will offset any claim value there because you're going to lower the risk that you're actually trying to insure. And at the same time, we're going to help you manage your claims so we don't have as many open claims on your loss runs that also offset your premiums.
That was our argument with the carrier. They wanted to open another claim. That would have gave you 3 active claims, and we were not in favor of that. You didn't need that many active claims, nor did you need that many deductibles to invest.
Okay.
After our conversations, we were addressing just this one claim. There's not several of them. There's only one claim here.
You have any more questions?
I make the motion.
Got a motion for Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gray, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Okay, thank you, we'll get this signed and get it back to you.
Okay, I thank you all for your time this morning.
All right, thank you.
Again, in a couple of weeks, so we have to understand the recommendation letter. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
On the one you asked me to check, Scott, the chargeback for, 24, we can, because it was late and they have the 25, they put it onto the 25 bill.
Put the chargeback on the 25 bill,
Yes,
so we're adjusting to 25 basically.
right. And I left a copy on here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, they put the value for the law. All right,
You need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Is anybody,
I
challenge?
have 2 items for, to be
I know, to be determined, 2 items, okay. Coming to the table, Supervisor Gray.
Yes, Madam President, Eva is at left, but, conversation came up in our board meeting about somebody not getting paid. I went to pay my taxes. She said that she wasn't familiar with nobody that's supposed to get paid, didn't get paid because it was on our docket. So, she left, so I'm not gonna address that. Let me say this. I did attend the Martin Luther King parade, and it was one of the longest parades that we done had in a while. And I know that a lot of negative energy is going around in this country. And I would hope that it stay outside of Adams County, because what's going on the federal level and all these different levels, it shouldn't affect what's going on in this county. I know when people get laid off and they're working for the federal government, that affect what's going on in this county, but as a county, to me, the people that lives in Adams County comes before anything going on in Washington D.C. or Maryland or any other county. So my concerns are the people that lives in this county. I'm just gonna make a few quotes from the late Martin Luther King. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at a time of challenge and controversy. The time is always right to do what's right. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent to the things that matter. I know we're not perfect, but in 2026, the things that happened in the past, I hope they stay in the past. And, you know, everybody don't think alike, everybody don't get along, but as a supervisor, I don't think it's my job to attack other people in this community for as elected people. I mean, if they ain't doing their job, the voters need to vote them out or whatever the case may be, because they vote for me, they vote for tax assessor, they vote for the tax collector, they vote for the coroner, they vote for everybody in this community. So if the community is not satisfied with who they elected, then it should be their responsibility to make changes. It's not my responsibility to encourage the community to make changes of other elected officials. That's crazy to me. I wanna congratulate the Indiana Hoosiers on winning the championship. I'm a Miami Hurricane, but all year long, Indiana had the best team, and it showed, and they deserve to win the championship. I want to reappoint Roger Allen. He decided that he would fill his term out with the port.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion? Just a motion from you,
Yes,
from
sir.
Supervisor
Yes,
Ray. Need a
yes.
second?
What's that?
Port.
Report.
He had
Second.
decided he was gonna step down, but I saw him and he asked me had I replaced him. I told him no. So he, excuse me, he decided that he'll fill his term out, so I'm gonna reappoint him.
Okay, got a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And, get to these obituaries. I said it goes out to the Boyd, the Dawson, the Coleman, the Stephanie, the Winston, the Alexander, the Dean, the White, the Ross, the Norman, and the Berry family. And, Madam President, I'm gonna ask that, I should have asked that we open the meeting in honoring of Willie B. Jones, but since we didn't, I'm gonna ask that we close the meeting in honoring Willie B. Jones. I don't even know what to say. But, you know, you got some people who put their self in harm to try to help other people. And will it be, if you really, really know him, try to help too many people. Some of them didn't even deserve to be helped, but he tried to help them anyway. And I worked with Willie B. When I was with the city. He was the police officer, then he became the code enforcement officer. And he was my constable. He led in my district. And when I first met Willie B, I was in the 7th grade, and I had never met nobody talking no noise than Willie B. Jones. Willie B. Jones talked noise. Everywhere he went, Willie B. gonna be known, and everybody gonna know Willie B. Jones. When I was in the 7th grade, Willie B. was a senior at South Natchez High School, and he played football and ran track. And my dad was the assistant coach on that team, so I went to practice every day. I got a chance to meet Willie B. Jones, and we've been cool ever since. And when I moved to New Orleans, somebody called my name and had a uniform on, and it was Willie B. Jones. He was worked in New Orleans too, and I guess I moved back to Natchez, and that's how I met him again. But I want to say this: Willie B. Jones gonna be missed, especially by the people that can't get no help and really need help, because Willie B. Jones tried to help. Last, you're gonna get negative stuff everywhere you go. And I got something to say in executive session. I'm gonna say it right here. And you know, a few people put some negative comments on the board, on social media about what the board ain't doing for us building a new jail. And they don't have the slightest idea what they talking about. I don't care how many times you go to a jail, that's all you see. It's more to it than you just going into a jail and telling or saying how bad it looked. Me personally, you causing problems with saying all this negative stuff and could get this county sued. That's all I'm hearing now. So with all this negative stuff people talking about, you could put us in a bad situation where we end up having to close the jail down, and guess what? Everybody lose. Employees and everybody else lose. If it come down here and tell us we got to close that jail down, then guess what? There's no winner. So I'm just gonna say people need to be real, real careful how they talk about stuff that they don't know nothing about. Because at the end of the day, Some of them doing the talking. They in a worse situation than we in. I mean, when you are educated and you go to running your mouth about what we need to do, the taxpayers need to do to build a jail, you need to be worried about educating the kids. Because them the same kids that you educate end up in the jail. So if maybe if you do a better job educating them, they won't end up in our jail. That concludes my report.
Supervisor Gaines.
Yeah, well, I would just like to, just touch back on.
Hold up. Can I say something? It's really important, I forgot this. And let me say this first, I don't know where it came from, but I gotta say it, maybe it'll help somebody else. I was eating some candy, and it messed me up. Had my heart, like, can't breathe. Like, man, what's wrong? I stood up, I went falling all down. I'm like, oh, man, I gotta go to the emergency room. So I had my sister come pick me up, took me to the emergency room, and when they did all the blood tests and all the stuff they did, they found, what is it? No, I told you earlier. THC. THC in my blood. And I don't even know where I got the candy from. So I'm just advising people, they need to be real, real careful when it comes to what they put in their body, especially where it comes from.
I think what you threw me yesterday at the parade.
Now that came from.
That's what I asked her. They put my grandbaby.
She asked me the same thing. But this didn't happen. Let me correct this. Let me make the record straight. This did not happen at the parade.
I'm sorry.
This happened Saturday. The parade was Monday. So this did not happen at the parade. Thank you, sir.
But we're gonna make sure it wasn't the same candy you purchased for the parade that you purchased for yourself,
Well,
right?
I got a receipt on it. I purchased it Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, I just say I was glad to make a motion. I didn't know Mr. Boyd that well, but I think all of us knew where to be, and he always knew up where to be, and I definitely knew him more after I got to be a supervisor. He came here a few times. And so, you know, Willie was one of them people that you just wouldn't forget. So, you know, my prayers go out to them and all the bereaved families. But, and I know Robbie on top of what he's doing, and Brad. We didn't mention it, but we have forecasted for a rough weekend of weather. You know, we missed it this weekend. I don't know how people been looking at it. Probably start raining tomorrow. Temperature is supposed to drop by Thursday, Friday, and I think Saturday, Sunday, one of those days ain't supposed to get over freezing. And so I hope it go around, cause we got ice, and you know what ice mean bad roads, widespread power outages. So people protect your plants, your pets, and definitely check on your elderly. And I yield the floor, Madam President.
Thank you. Supervisor Middleton.
Yeah, I'd just like to condolences to Officer Bowie's family, and like Supervisor Gaines, I didn't know him well. I did know Willie B. Everybody, like I said, everybody knew Willie B. And I've known Willie B. a long time, even before I got in office. And when the phone rang and it said Willie B. Jones, you knew he was gonna tell you what was on his mind. And you didn't have to worry about where he stood. He's gonna let you know. But we always got along great, and it is a loss for our community. And prayers go out to his family. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Paige.
I have a couple of things. The first thing that I have is to get approval of the February bonds.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried.
The next thing I have is to approve the tax, redemption settlement for December.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
Move.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, second. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And I have the tax loss, certificate from the Department of Revenue. This is just, saying that they certify that this is a true and correct statement of our homestead numbers that we, submitted to them. And this is our, reimbursement that we received for those numbers.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton.
Second.
Got a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Scott, you have anything?
I don't, but Mitzi had a couple of things she was asking to do. There was an order from Judge Blackwell. The salaries increased per statute, one for Sarah Delaney. Need a motion to find that that was ordered by the court.
Okay, do they have an amount of the salary increase?
They do. And I have, probably couldn't, it's probably somewhere in there. It doesn't matter because we have to follow by order.
It matters, I let them know what I'm increasing.
I'll ask them to send y'all a copy of the order. I just don't have it right in front of me.
So moved.
Second.
74,000? Is it going
Yeah.
to 74,000? From what?
It was like 74, 75.
Do you know what it-
69.
From 69 to about 74, 75,000.
You have a copy of the order then? Just,
It's scanned into my.
yeah, if you can port it to the board and they'll
Yeah.
see. About $74,000-$75,000, guys.
We got a
We
motion.
got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Anything else?
We need to set up a new fund for the 911 money that's coming in, this new diversion that's coming to us. They're requiring that 30% be set aside for next generation. After a bunch of going back and forth, and I guess me being a nervous Nelly, I finally got them to confirm that even though we're gonna have our next generation set up, we'll then, after it's approved, be able to use this funds elsewhere, will not go back to the state. So I was concerned about that because I knew we were about to spend a lot of money, and then we wouldn't want to send any money back. And they said, no, that won't happen. We just have to get our plan approved. But we have to keep this money separated from other funds according to the statute. So we need to set up a new fund.
Okay, you heard the request. Can I
I'll
get a
make the motion that we set up a new fund for the D911.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion
You
carried.
wanna do these other two things with that report?
What is that? If I can.
Yeah, add it, see if you can.
Yeah, so this is it. This is
Is that
the,
it? Okay. what
attach
about-
this to the
Okay, what about the Bellwood?
transfer funds to Bellwood.
Yes.
We need a request to transfer funds to Bellwood.
What is that, Scott?
She didn't have the amount.
It was to take care of the, WOMAC
Final request.
invoice from last time
Does she
that
know
we
how much she
approved.
needs?
She has the invoice.
What is that?
She just needed to, transfer the funds in there because there's no funds in it.
Yeah, I just need an amount to, and they'll transfer it in.
Is it some funds coming from one place to another one, to the Bellwood property? They trying to transfer funds from one
To cover
place
some
to
invoices.
cover some invoices in for Bellwood.
State money comes in through 01, we didn't move it into
Let
fund,
me see if Shaki's still
Okay,
there. It wasn't-
Bellwood.
yeah,
it wasn't-
the 370.
I don't remember.
We need a budget amendment for the Kingston playground equipment. She says it's 75,000, and we have funds to do this.
Where the funds coming from? General funds?
She did not state
I'm
where.
coming from all the extra money we getting from going up on these people taxes.
I would not care to be sure where it comes from, because she didn't say.
Okay. I might get with Nikki too on that too, because question is when questions are asked about where the funds coming from. We just say we have the funds, but we need to know where it's coming from too. I just don't wanna go, we have the fund, cause I don't know if we got it or not. But,
Yeah, I'll be happy to send her a budget amendment.
I'll make the motion, pending we had funds. Make the motion, pending we had funds.
Right, okay, got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor, Gray. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried. Anything else?
I will make the motion that we will approve the transfer of funds to the Bellwood levy pending we had funds.
Got a motion by
How much is it?
It's probably
That's what
0.12.
she's gonna get
It's
the
0.1 to
cost.
370, I'm not sure
That's why I said pending.
the amount, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Can I get a second?
We approved the payment last time, we just shouldn't have the money.
Yeah, she's asking Chucky how much that is.
Okay, got a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried.
So we approved the payment last time.
Now
So the money
the
wasn't in the
amendments.
funds.
Yeah.
So we already approved the payment, so we got to move the money.
Madam President, Scott, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
We got a budget, right?
Yes, sir.
And the additional funds that we have coming in wasn't part of the budget, right?
It should have been budgeted. We should have a prediction of how much money we are collecting, and
So that is part of our budget.
yes, sir.
That's why we getting all this additional money from.
Well, it should have been budgeted for something, whether it's budgeted for every year cash balances.
Wait. I asked all these questions during budget period, ain't nobody know nothing. So if we was getting additional money from raising these people taxes, why it wasn't brought up?
But she probably didn't know.
That ain't no excuse. I'm talking to him.
So
he answering all these questions.
We put it in our advertisement that we
Yeah,
that we are budgeted to
apologize.
expend X amount of money, and a portion of that is to be raised through ad valorem taxes. So that's all included in your budget that's done, and we assess a millage based on that. So there's no extra money that's not outside of your budget.
The question is, I didn't know that we was getting all this additional money from raising these people taxes. Other supervisors in other counties make adjustments sometime when they got all this additional funds to try to help the taxpayers out. I didn't get an opportunity to even make that suggestion because I didn't even know. I guess everybody knew but me. I didn't know. That's the reason I told Wayne to communicate with us. They got it in 21, but to do it in 25. But ain't nobody, well, I didn't know. I can't speak for nobody else.
Well, and it doesn't necessarily need to be Wayne, it needs to be tax assessment office. Cause he's just contract appraiser.
The tax assessor office.
Correct.
I didn't know. So if this board would have knew on the front end that we was gonna get all this additional money from going to a true value instead of a percentage thing, then we could have possibly made some adjustments. Possibly, I ain't saying we couldn't, but some other counties do. That's all I'm saying. You know, I know we need the additional funds. You know why? Cause y'all finna come in here and ask us to do something, and we probably ain't gonna get no avalanche tax. So we need all the taxes we can get, but we still need to know on the front end. I need to know on the front end, not the back end. Thank you.
Yeah, it was particularly different than your normal increases. A lot of your increases come from personal property and so forth, and your businesses, your top 10 taxpayers typically brunt the increase. That's just not the way it was in this particular scenario because it was across the board per square footage change, which is, corporations just aren't like that. So it was unexpected, and I didn't expect it from the way it did as well. And there are increases, and that's not that unusual. Usually it's brunted differently than the way it was this time. So. Mitzi said that the RFPs for the terminal are gonna be coming due. on the 27th, and so she would request a meeting on Friday the 30th to.
Wait a minute, hold on. We did get approval.
Did y'all get
For the
that?
transfer.
Did y'all approve that
Yeah.
while I was
Yeah.
out?
Yes,
We
we
did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did. Warren made the motion. Ricky made the motion, no, Warren made that motion, and he seconded.
So she's requesting a meeting on the 30th to approve the project for the term.
She's requesting that we approve the
So we have a meeting on the 30th to approve the terminal letting of the contract. And then I had one item to be determined. I believe Chandler has 2 items to be determined.
That's all you have?
That is all I have.
Okay. All right, first thing Warren, hold on. The first thing I wanted to ask you is, did you get an appointment? Have you got an appointment yet for the airport advisory board? You have one?
I hadn't changed him yet. Usually if I told after, if he's not where after, this time, he'd be, and I'll do something different. I seen this, the weekend. I mean,
Okay.
the other day I was up here Friday, whenever I was looking at it. The other day we had the meeting, we was on the meeting.
Okay, all right, that's what I wanted to ask you, all right. The next thing I have here is need to get approval for Priscilla Thomas, in the Justice Court to attend, Justice Court Clerk, Conference, February the 18th through the 20th.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Grace. Of February. Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Second thing I have is to get approval for travel for, I guess Supervisor Gray and myself is on this, is in this organization, the NOPCO. It's their 40th annual Economic Development Conference, February the, what's the date? No, it's in May, I'm sorry, May the 7th through the 11th. I need to get a
So moved.
motion. Got a motion by Supervisor Gray, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Okay. That's all I have there. And the next thing I want to say is, I want to, my sympathy goes out to Mr. Willie B. Jones. Like you say, everybody know Willie B. Cause that's what I was saying, what comes up was gonna come out. And I agree with Supervisor Gray, if you call him, he was gonna help you. I can call him and I can tell him who needs some help or whoever. The first thing is say, okay, cuz, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. I thought I was his cousin at one time, cause he called me cuz so much, I didn't know if everybody was cuz or I was cuz, so.
He called me cuz.
Yeah, it was so, when I found out he was calling everybody cuz, I figured out that I was not his cousin. So, my thing is, he really is gonna be missed because like I say, he helped the many people in this community. I could call him and I didn't even have to call him back to say if it's done, it was done. No doubt about it, it was done. He said, if I don't call you back, it's done. So, he knew a lot of people knew him, and no matter what, he was well liked. I have to say he was well liked. I don't care what came out of their mouth, you still had to like it. Whatever came out of their mouth. So my sympathy goes out to him and his family. And that's all I have. You got something to say?
I have a question. Did we come up with finalization on the debris removal? Because like I said, first is, we got 1 week left. So I know you said something about a meeting next Friday, but I have to have enough time to sit down by bid tabulations and, let everyone know information on who won, who's awarded.
I asked Brad to give me an update, the little sheet that he had, because the one I had didn't.
need to get Brian back over here.
All right. Well, I don't know if you need to get back, if you can send me the sheet, and we haven't have to articulate why we're using one or not
See
the
if
other.
Brad can send us that
Well, I
sheet.
mean, he ain't done it, yeah. I don't think so, I haven't done it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Now,
I need,
I just need to pick up the, I just, once you sign those contracts, I need to.
she got it, it's been signed.
Yeah, okay,
It's been
great.
signed, she got it notarized.
That's fine.
Okay, all right.
He's coming back to pick up his, and Lynette's coming to get
Okay,
hers.
I need a motion to close for determination.
So, look.
Got a motion by Supervisor Miller, second by Supervisor Gray, in discussion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried.